Assalamu alaikum brothers and sisters, welcome back to Quranly Reflections. In today's short video, I want to share with you a verse from the beginning of Surah Insan where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, wasn't there a very, very long period of time? The word that's used in Arabic is dahr. Dahr now refers to time, and there are many other words, but dahr specifically refers to time which is, or the notion of time which is extended, it's long. And Allah says, wasn't there a very long period of time where you weren't even, we were not even a thing mentioned, right? Shay'an madhkura, we weren't even a thing. Now, it's a very powerful verse for us to reflect upon. Because again, and I've mentioned this before, that many times when we look at ourselves, we refer to ourselves as a person, as a being, as someone, right? And that's how we identify ourselves. And what this ends up doing is it creates this subconscious notion in our minds that we have always been like this. We are independent. We are free of need. We are powerful. That, we're not going anywhere. Normally when we live our lives day to day, we think we're just going to be here and we're going to be like this forever. But the reality is much different. The reality is that before we even came into existence, we were conceived, there was a huge period in history, the history of the universe, where we weren't even a thing mentioned, right? You can even think about this, before our conception, our parents had no notion of us. No one knew that we would exist, that we would come into existence 30, 40, 50, maybe 80 years ago, 60 years ago. There was no notion of our existence. And even today, as we live, most people are not aware of us in the world, and they never will be aware of us. And therefore what this does is it reminds us of our insignificance. It should humble us. It should not undermine you, make you feel like you're just nothing. That's not the purpose here. It's to remind us and humble us that we are extremely insignificant. Yet we are a being that's very significant in many ways. But find that balance between the two. Don't get carried away thinking, oh, Allah created Adam with his own hands and therefore you're a very special being, and to the degree where it deludes you into thinking that you're almost all powerful, that nothing can overcome you, that you're always going to be like this. No, this is why continuously Allah reminds us of our origins. As I mentioned in a previous video, Allah reminds us that He created us from a dirty drop of fluid. And all of this is there to humble us, because humility is through humility that we would find the avenue to connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to submit ourselves to our Creator, to obey Him. And it's through arrogance that we would lose our way. It's through thinking that we're something significant, something powerful, a being that cannot be overcome, that we would completely lose our way and turn away from Allah. The story of the gardeners is a perfect example of this that we've touched upon before, where the man became deluded because he had so many possessions and so many worldly things. He started to doubt that the day of judgment would ever come. So to bring us back to equilibrium, to help us find our balance, to help us therefore connect with Allah, Allah continuously humbles us in the Quran through reminding us, and in this case reminding us that there was a huge period in history, far more greater than the 20, 30 years we've been alive, that we weren't even a thing mentioned, let alone a person, a being, a personality. So it's important to reflect upon these verses, brothers and sisters, because they really help bring us back down to earth and allow us to connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hopefully that was beneficial, brothers and sisters. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, definitely check out the Quranly app. It's a brilliant app that's designed specifically to help us connect with the Quran and develop a regular relationship with the Quran. And I'll leave you guys with that, and I'll speak to you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum.